All right, guys, we are back this week with another weekly breakdown. Like I said last week, HighLevel has slowed down a little bit to the point where we can dive a little bit deeper into each of these updates and how they affect you in the mortgage industry. We'll just go ahead and jump right in. We got a couple really cool updates. You're definitely not going to want to miss them. We'll try to keep this as short and sweet as possible. So first one that we have is the Dashboard AI. This is a new button. It has to be enabled in labs. So a reminder, a lot of the stuff that I go over on these weekly breakdowns does have to be enabled in labs. This can either be done at the agency level, or it can also be done inside of individual sub-accounts if your agency has unlocked that ability. So if we go into here to labs, that you see all the features in here. I also can manage these at the agency level as well. So if you don't see this and you do not see the option to enable this in labs, then contact your agency owner, or if you're the agency owner, you'll need to go to the beta settings to labs at the agency level. Okay. So you should see these couple stars, anytime you see them inside of HighLevel, they're going to mean AI. Notice in the upper right-hand corner, we've got Ask AI up here as well. Same couple stars. When you're in a conversation and you're engaging, and you see a message coming out from your bot, it's going to show those couple stars. So, to HighLevel, those couple stars means AI. So, really simple feature here. What I like about this is that I've got a dashboard. The reason I'm using this dashboard in particular is I've got a dashboard with a lot of custom stuff on it. And so, it doesn't trip up HighLevel. Now, it's not going to interpret the data from that custom stuff. It's not going to go, be able to see, like, for example, rates. This is an optimal blue rate widget that's embedded in here. It's not going to be able to read those rates by any means, but it's not going to screw up the summary to have all of those. Instead, it's just going to look past those and look at the data that you do have, using the dashboard widgets that are built into HighLevel, and it's going to summarize that data. So you can see, closings this month, year-to-date volume rankings, closed and scheduled to close this month. These are all custom reports where if I scroll down here, which I won't because he's got a couple private, passwords and stuff that I don't want to include on here. But if I were to scroll down here, I would see he's got some widgets in here that he's created, and the dashboard AI is interpreting those widgets and just kind of spitting it out. So just a quick way to get a summary of what's going on your dashboard. In my opinion, it just gives you one more reason to really invest in building out that dashboard, making that dashboard the way that you want it. I know that representing data is a huge desire of loan officers, but most loan officers, most brokers are not willing to put in the work to get that set up in the first place. It does take a little bit of work, but it's 100% worth it. The next update that we have, kind of exciting. Actually, I wasn't even going to go through this until the end. So let me go ahead and skip that one. And we'll go ahead and go on to the next one, which should be the ability to, okay. Hold on one second. All right, we're back. This update is a new UI for both creating courses, editing your courses, and then also being able to see the performance of your courses as well. All of this is brand new. This is, shout out to Fraser on this one because Fraser did not like interacting with the courses the way that they were. Apparently, this is a lot smoother, a lot more like some of the platforms that you guys might be used to editing. Definitely, nice, clean, easy to use interface here. So definitely welcomed. If you've had issues with the interface in the past for editing and building courses, check out the new interface. Check out the new dashboard as well. It's got some cool data in here, being able to show you those that have started, those that have completed your courses, those that have signed up, that haven't done those. Some cool stuff in here. So definitely check that out. That is one new update, actually two new updates. One is the dashboard, two is the UI for actually editing those courses. All right, now the next update that we have is the ability to go live. Look, Inception, this is crazy. The ability to go live inside of communities in HighLevel. So you guys will see I'm in MLO Hub. If you guys are not a part of MLO Hub already, definitely at least join HL4, but we've got some other cool communities in here as well. But this is, I'm demonstrating it inside of MLO Hub, which is our community platform for LOs. If we come into here, you've got a couple different options. You can stream from a streaming software. So you can, basically you can put this in your Zoom meetings and you can stream directly inside, go live inside your group using from a Zoom meeting, or you can create a meeting room, and this effect is supposed to be very similar to Zoom, being able to create your own private meeting room where people can come in and interact with I haven't messed with it that much. It's a pretty new feature, but I'm excited to play with it. Definitely something that I think is going to make a big difference inside our community experience. And for those of you guys that have aspirations of creating a community, or you're going to create a community, definitely check this out. We did give this a shot while we were in Nashville. However, I don't think that the settings were there. I don't think that the capabilities were quite there, and it didn't end up saving it inside the community. So definitely something to check out if you have a community in HighLevel, or if you're interested in creating one. Here's one more reason to stick with HighLevel over the other platforms out there. All right, next up, we have a new update to sites. Basically, it's new infrastructure for websites, so better uptime, performance, and reliability. I'm showing you this one. This is a really bad example, and I'm going to show you why really quick, though. Just in full transparency, the biggest issue going on with our site right now, you can see this big 15,140 kilobytes. The reason why is all of these elf site widgets that we have. So we have multiple elf site widgets on the page. These are taking a really long time to load on mobile in particular. So we'll go in and we'll play with that and see if we can get that down. On desktop, we're humming. On desktop, well, I thought we were 91, 96, 100. Mobile from SEO standpoint, 100, 96, 90. It's just the performance. And again, if I come into here, it's likely going to be that same thing. This we have network dependency tree, improve image delivery. And what do we have? Again, elf site, elf site, elf site. So really elf site widgets are my issue here, which is good because HighLevel has more and more built-in widgets into their interface that allow us to create what we're trying to create, what we're using elf site for. If you don't know what elf site is, it's a really cool platform for being able to create custom widgets and cool, really clean interface widgets that you can then just embed on your site, but they don't perform very well, as you can see. But everything that has nothing to do with that, in fact, I wonder if we can check this out. Let's see. Here we know firstcoastmortgage.com. I don't think that's the right website. No, firstcoastmortgagefunding.com. There we go. That was fast. I mean, just anecdotally, I can see that right out of the gates. Let's go ahead and check this out though. First Coast Mortgage Funding. This is completely built on HighLevel. We help manage the site for First Coast. So we've got individual landing pages for their LOs. We've got, nested pages all over the site. And this was set up to model an existing site that they had. And so we didn't even design this from scratch or anything. This is just us replicating what they already had in place on a WordPress site. So we'll let this run a little bit and we'll jump back to it. In the meantime, also to do with pages and sites is the AI site builder or funnel builder is just getting a little bit better as far as how you can interact with it. So I think I demonstrated this last week. I'm not going to demonstrate it again this week, possibly next week if they continue to push updates around this. But funnel and website AI is now built into HighLevel, and it makes it so that you can provide a little bit of prompting and direction and have it spit out a funnel or a website for you. Now, the update to this is that you now can attach screenshots and images to provide as an example. So you literally, the example that it gives is it says, hey, it shows a screenshot of a website that it likes. So this is the original site that it came back with. And then it attaches a screenshot and it says, redesign this page to look like this. Thought for 6 seconds, boom, spits this out. So really, really cool as far as being able to dial in a site the way that you want it to see, the way that you want it to look, because the initial rollouts, the initial builds from the AI builder typically leave some to be desired. So they're a really good starting point. But by allowing you to attach a screenshot of what you actually want it to look like, then conversationally with the AI and have it redesign it, it's getting closer and closer to just that being the tool that you're able to use without having to do too many manual adjustments. So definitely a really cool feature that we're excited to see. We'll play more around with this. And then again, in the coming weeks, we'll re-demo the feature so that you guys get a look at that. All right, let's go ahead and look here. Again, we've got a little bit of lag here, efficient cache lifetimes. So this looks like maybe some minify settings that we could mess with. So yeah, I mean, not awesome. Look at this. We got like some really good ratings in areas where people are concerned about accessibility, SEO, but then this performance piece is lagging a little bit. So, again, you know, we're going to do this in the full interest of transparency. I'm not going to not show you this just because it didn't work out, the way that we want to see it, but hopefully we can figure out why, like what this is right here. We're using this page speed insights by Google to measure this. Hopefully we can look at this right here and see why it is that this is having such a hard time, and then adjust some settings and show you guys again, and hopefully see this come up to like the 80s or 90s. All right, so we've gone through that. Now the next updates are around snapshots. So if you're not an agency, then this doesn't pertain to you. You can tune out for the next minute or two. But the interface for snapshots is getting so much cleaner, so much easier to manage, which makes it easier for us to manage snapshots for our clients, even at the agency level. Like it makes it easier for us to be able to push updates to our clients at the agency level. It makes it easier for us to help our clients that have their own agencies manage snapshots and push content back and forth from their LO's account. So we're really excited about a couple things. Number one of these updates is the version history. So this is brand new. You can see in here, I have a Fraser content snapshot. The first time I created it with some content that shouldn't have been part of that. And so what did I do? I went in, I clicked refresh, and then just, again, one of the really powerful things that's happened over the last few months is that now I can isolate only what I want to include in this. I do not have to create the snapshot of the entire account. And I can create multiple snapshots off of the same account. So, this is a snapshot off of our snapshot, like our master snapshot account. And then I'm able to create one that only has, you know, the handful of assets. And then again, if I come into here and I look at the version history, I can see these are the assets that are included in the snapshot. And if I go to version history, I can see, okay, I refresh the snapshot. At one point I had 11 assets in here. I can see exactly what they are. And then I can see, okay, what were the ones that were synced after that? Oh, okay, that makes sense. And now I have a way to be able to track what's been going on with that snapshot. So really, really cool. Just the interface in general, being able to come in here, go to settings. You know, some of this stuff isn't super new. Let's see, how's it? Of course, now it's not going to work for me. Oh, there we go. But being able to come in here and choose what sub accounts I want this linked to, what assets I want linked, all of this stuff is really exciting. So a lot of improvements around snapshots. Definitely do not sleep on this feature. This is going to be the difference between those that are just like using HighLevel and those that are really using HighLevel and getting the most out of it, at least at like a company-wide, team-wide, agency-wide standpoint. So don't sleep on these features for sure. Okay, next up we have the custom, Social Planner Post API. I skipped over this earlier. This is really cool. This is brand new, so we have no like active use case for this yet, but the use case is very obvious to us right away, which is that now there's a Social Planner Post API. And so what does this mean? Well, this means that they have created the social planner in such a way, or they've edited the social planner to be in such a way that you can post items into the social planner remotely from outside of that sub account. And so what does this mean to us? This means that somebody at an agency level could create and schedule social media posts for one LO. And then with this API, they could get those social media posts, and then they could then schedule them in all of the other LO's accounts without ever having to actually log into that LO's accounts. That is next level shit. Really exciting. Unfortunately, I don't see a lot of our clients leveraging the social planner feature at a company-wide level yet, but maybe this is going to provide some more incentive and more reason why our clients will do that. I'll keep you guys posted, but we're really, really excited about what this is going to unlock. The last feature that I have for you guys is cool in concept. I announced it inside of, I think it was No Reservations last week, or the week before that I announced this, and I was really excited about it. In practice, it's not nearly as cool as it sounds, which is you have the ability to interact with HighLevel's MCP servers from inside of ChatGPT. And so they have this like drawn out process to, you have to get a specific link and set up a custom connector and enable dev mode, which has some drawbacks to it in and of itself. And then you have to connect to this connector every time that you turn developer mode on. And then this actually happened last time too. And that's why I didn't demonstrate this last time. And then on top of that, it doesn't move any faster than it does inside of Ask AI. So cool concept, something that'll be cool in the future, being able to create agents inside of GPT that can interact with your sub account and provide different data, being able to tag contacts in a certain way and stuff like that, all from your conversation inside of ChatGPT. But for right now, execution is just not there. So if you see anything around this, feel free to give it a shot. But if you're able to get further than I am and able to have more success with it than I am, then cool. But otherwise, like I said, I think that this is one that we're just kind of waiting on the sidelines, being taunted a little bit with what's going to be possible, but really it's not quite there yet. Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for this week's weekly breakdown. It'd be nice if I could, you know what? I'm going to give that to Loom. It'd be nice if I could switch to full screen mode without pausing or ending the video, but that's all right. That's it for this week's weekly breakdown, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's. As always, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you at the top.